Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Two Men No Hope. I'm your host Daniel Say, and with me as always is Jamie Mottman.
Hello.
That was really hard to say, that intro, as it's been like 2 weeks. It's like getting stuck. Welcome back.
It's a strange one for us.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks for us, but only
a week.
A couple of days for the listeners.
Yeah. Fucking weird, man. I was just saying that it feels like we're back at episode 1 again. But we've had some good stuff over the last 2 weeks. So whoever listens to us on Good Pods, we managed to get 73 out of 100 on their charts for the comedy section, which I thought was fucking brilliant. So whoever listens to us on that, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We've had a few people email in, so we're going to do all 3 of them today, because obviously some of them have been waiting 2 weeks. So we're just going to get it done. And we've got a really good musical band for the end of the show, which me and Jamie were really excited for you guys to hear it. So hopefully you'll stay for that as well. And while we're at the beginning of the thing, we get a lot of reviews in the emails, which we appreciate. But if you just get that reviews on like Spotify, Apple, you know, it really helps, especially with like the Good Pods, people doing like their 5 stars and that got us on that chart.
Yeah.
So if you could just take a second to, you know, give us a couple stars, we'd appreciate it.
We would appreciate it. Making top 100 in less than 15 episodes is like a big achievement, really. So we want to keep doing that and get it across all platforms.
Yeah, for sure. I think Good Pods is a little bit easier because I think it's like a new podcast thing. But, you know, a win's a win. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel myself there. So, Jamie, for all the people out there, Jamie's a bastard and was in Portugal for 2 weeks. How was it?
It was good, man. It was hot. Very hot.
The only win
forest
I
fires
have
everywhere
is that because you had stitches, you couldn't go in the swimming pool, so it made me feel a little bit better.
I was sitting dangling my feet into the swimming pool like a fucking 5-year-old. Yeah, it was good. We spent a lot of time, which you don't normally do, actually in the villa, just relaxing around the pool and stuff. Normally we go out and about and back and forth quite a lot, but
2 weeks is quite a long time
in the villa. Huh?
2 weeks is quite a long time. And if you were like there for a week, you'd want to get everything sort of in, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. And because it was so hot, I was just like, I ain't doing nothing today. I'm just fucking laying here. One day I didn't move for 9 hours, and I just
fucking hell.
I just lay there sipping water out of a sippy cup.
Jesus, a sippy cup? What the fuck? Where the hell did you get one of them?
Well, it's like a sippy cup type thing. Do you know them like bottles with like the little sippy thing on the top?
Oh, okay.
Like the sports bottles. Yeah, so I was doing that. One funny thing that happened, which I had a revelation like halfway through the holiday when Charlotte's parents turned up. They do like a diary in the villa.
Oh, like
the uncle and auntie were there like the week before, so we were reading what they were doing during like their week.
Right.
And they was like, oh, we met up with these people, Andy and Stella from a couple of villas over. They made friends with them, and was like saying that they went to dinner with them. They spent 6 days of their like 11 days with these people, yeah. And we were reading all about them going to like restaurants together, going having drinks together, and all this shit. And they mentioned that they had a dog, yeah. In the thing, they kept mentioning this chocolate lab.
Right.
And I was like, right. And then when Charlotte's dad turned up, he read it totally different to us, and it turns out Stella is the dog, innit? And it's a
fuck off.
it's a like a gay guy by himself that they made friends with, and Stella was the dog.
That's fucking ridiculous, man.
And I remember me and Charlotte were like standing there in like the local supermarket because there was like loads of English couples and that. And I was like, I wonder whether that's Andy and Stella. I wonder whether that's Andy and Stella.
Oh mate, that would have been doing my head in. Saying of that though, like my mum and Jeff just got back from Lanzarote last week.
Yeah.
And I don't know why going on holiday makes people open up, because I took the dog for a walk and mum was telling me about this guy. Like literally telling me everything about this guy. Like he was a fucking orphan. And he got left here and he got left there and then he got picked up by someone else. I was like, Mum, I don't even know this fucking guy. Why are you telling me this shit? Oh, well, he told us. And I'm like, on your holiday? You're in the real world now, Mum. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, about Bob.
Me and Charlotte have actively got up and left restaurants when people have tried to make friends with us.
There's no need for it. You could be friendly, man. But I don't want to know about your life story. We're never going to meet again.
No, exactly. My mum does it all the time when they go on holiday. My dad hates speaking to people, and my mum's like, right, we're going to go and make friends with these people, and then they'll spend like every evening of the holiday chatting to them. And I'm just like,
yeah,
I ain't got enough time to be that sociable.
He's so fucking socially awkward as well. Like, he says the stupidest things. Like, apparently they made friends with this woman and her kid. When I say a kid, she was like 30. And they said to Jeff, oh, do you cook or do anything for your wife? And he was like, nah, that's a woman's job. And I'm like, are you a fucking idiot? You're sitting in a group of women and you say, no, that's... He's like, you're such a fucking tit, mate. Seriously. Like... So that was it then. They were gunning for him. And they were like, oh, tomorrow
mate,
you're coming down early before your wife and you're going to collect her breakfast for her and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, Jeff, man, you fucking idiot.
What is he doing?
Oh, read the room, man. You know what I mean? Read the room.
Even then, you shouldn't even be saying shit like that anyway.
Oh, what do you think? They were going to laugh or something?
Definitely not.
Nah, fuck that.
Charlotte would have my fucking balls.
Anyone would nowadays. Even back then, they probably still would.
I had another revelation as well on holiday that there's this local restaurant that they call the Chicken House, yeah?
Right.
And I discovered after 10 years of being with Charlotte that it's not even called the Chicken House. It's called fucking Piri Piri Paradise. And I was like, so you've lied to me for 10 years about this restaurant.
How many times have you been there?
Before COVID, we were trying to do like 2 times a year.
Fucking hell, man.
Because you only have to pay for the flights and what's it called? Car.
Oh, you have to drive yourself to it.
Yeah, you can get there without doing it, but it would be more difficult.
Who was driving? You or Charlotte?
Charlotte predominantly most of the time.
Yeah, I thought it would be. Yeah.
I drove once, but she was like freaking out because she thinks that I get too close to because it's on the wrong side of the car, as well as being on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, fuck that! No.
So she thinks I keep driving too close to the wall and stuff on the other side, because getting down from the villa is like a fucking big old track in it, like a fucking dodgy ass track.
Nah, man, I couldn't handle driving on the wrong side.
Oh, one day, yeah. I forgot about this. One day, was driving up, and a fucking Rottweiler come out of nowhere and started attacking the car. Started chewing the car.
What?
And Charlotte was like speeding off, yeah. And it was like hanging off the bumper at the back.
Fucking hell, man. Seriously, was that in your insurance when you picked it up?
Nah, luckily they didn't even check the car, innit?
Just
It was fucking, because there was scratches all over it anyway.
Oh, okay. You know, dog teeth in the bumper.
Because there was a basset hound, and then we were like, and they're like dopey looking dogs, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, look at that. And then all of a sudden, its mate, the Rottweiler, fucking rocked up. And then I said, Charlotte, keep going, because do you know when you just know it's going to attack you? When it looked at us, went dead silent,
Yeah.
and then just darted towards us. I was like, bruv,
Fucking hell, man.
get up the fucking road. And then the next morning, she's like, do you want to go for a walk? I said, what, with that fucking dog in the area? I said, I'm not going nowhere.
You already
Not
got
walking
7
nowhere.
stitches. You don't need another 7.
Could you imagine me trying to run with stitches fucking...
I can imagine you just
I still
punching
ain't had
it.
them out. I still ain't had them out.
Oh, tomorrow, innit?
Tomorrow, yeah. Fucking, I went to a clinic out there. You should have seen me explaining what happened to a Portuguese doctor.
We're like, mate, it's not your fucking problem how I did it. Just take them out. You know what I mean?
He was like, English funerals get crazy, yeah? And I was like, yes, mate. I said it wasn't anything untoward. I literally fell on a fucking gin glass, and it.
Yeah. And he just said that it's too soon.
Yeah, they said where it is because of all the movement. They said that it needed another week, which was a bummer for me because I thought I'd have a week where I could get in the pool, but obviously not.
You could have shrink wrapped yourself or something.
Yeah, I was debating getting like a waterproof plaster, but I thought, knowing my luck, I'll be infected. I'll be on an EasyJet flight on the way back trying to stay alive.
And the smell. Everyone will have to deal with the smell of your fucking backside.
I'll be sitting there going like this.
Right. So, like I said, we've got quite a few people emailed in. We've got one that's quite a quick one, so we're going to do that in the middle. But we've got this first gentleman, so I'm just trying to see if he said not to use his name. Nah. So, we've got Mark, who enjoyed our story about the lamp. By the way, the guy who sent the email in about the lamp, we've had quite a lot of requests on what you decided to do with it. So if you're hopefully keeping up with us, please email and tell us if you broke it.
Yeah, we're finding a lot of people are sending their initial email and not sending anything else.
Yeah. So just give us an update if you can. And I still want a picture because I still want to see what it looked like. But he liked the episode anyway. And he says, I'm a cleaner in my job in my old school, and I both hate it and can't afford anything. Either. As being humiliated because my old teachers are there knowing I amount to nothing. I'm thinking about going back to school and taking a bricklaying course and follow up on a college course I should have completed at 16. But leaving work in full-time education is a big decision, especially as my other half is 6 months pregnant. Would you take the risk? Jamie.
Look at the way you're looking at it. No. No, I would, like, obviously, what I would do, I've been in that position, well, not that exact job, but I've been in a position where I'm doing a job I hate, and I need to get out of it. And if doing a college course or something like that is going to help you, then especially bricklaying, there's always like night classes or weekends. It might take you a bit longer, but I think you can't leave your job when you've got a baby on the way. You need to be responsible at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it.
You don't amount to nothing either.
What do you mean?
The job's a job, because he says that he thinks that he amounts to nothing. He doesn't like the fact that his teachers
it's humiliating.
See him amounting to nothing.
Mate, it's humiliating. Them fucking teachers are still fucking there teaching the same old dickheads.
Exactly.
My fucking teachers hated being in fucking school, you know what I mean? No, I agree, yeah. Leaving full-time would probably, even though full-time education would be quicker, it's not the best thing to do, especially now where jobs are quite hard to come by.
Especially to go into any trade, you're going to have to be doing apprenticeships and stuff at the beginning anyway. And if you get a college course, they're not going to let you go straight on site and start working on houses. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So it's a long process. You just got to plan it out properly.
Yeah. Sit down with your missus and work out how much, because you have to pay for the course as well, so you'll work out how much it's going to cost and blah blah blah. But I'm sure she's supportive. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to make a better life for you and your family. So I wouldn't give up completely.
Last year I was planning to go back and finish off my electrician's course. And if I at the time had done what this guy is thinking of doing and walked back in the house and said to Shire, "Oh, by the way, I've quit my job and I'm going to college next week," that would be divorce. Do you know what I mean?
Well, actually, there's a guy at work that's doing it. Well, no, he's going to uni, so he's dropping down part time. And I said to him, I was like, "How are you going to pay for that?" And he's like, "Oh, there's a Scottish payment thing where I think he said the course is like 6,000 something, and the government pay like almost 3/4 of it, and you've got to pay the rest of it.
That's good. Never thought about that.
Yeah, no. So there's always ways to help you out and stuff like that. But yeah, he's going part-time. He's not giving up. Yeah, I mean, his job and that. So I think, yeah, like nighttime courses, especially for bricklaying, there's got to be like nighttime courses that'll
100%.
it'll be alright. You know what I mean? So I would go down that route. Fucking get away from them teachers, though, man. We had this. We fucking tormented our teachers. I can't remember if I said it before in an episode. We had a maths teacher, really gormless looking fucking guy, and we used to put stuff in his tea. So we used to turn around and we put like fucking pencil shavings, plant soil in his fucking tea. Anything we could find, man, we put in this fucking... And he'd fucking drink it as well. He wouldn't even... You know what I mean? Fucking teachers, man.
Me as a student would be the reason I wouldn't teach.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, they're awful, and kids get away with so much now as well. You're not allowed to do anything. Kids are the, you know what I mean. That's why drug dealers use them, because they can literally get away with anything they want.
I remember shouting at teachers, "Hit me then!"
Yeah,
hit me then.
Yeah, if you want to.
And nothing. They'll just be looking at me thinking, "This little cunt."
There was a guy in my class that saying this in fucking high school. It must have been like, 15, 16. He had a fucking Prince Albert. The piercing through the end of his dick, yeah.
In your dick.
And he was talking about it, and the teacher was like, "Do not talk about things like that." And he goes, "Oh, do you want to see it?" And just like whips his fucking dick out in front of his fucking teacher. And then all he did was get sent outside, because what can she do? Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing you can do.
Because I was so naughty that the teachers just didn't want nothing to do with me. And then once I walked into a classroom and I got sent out for opening the door wrong. I just slammed the door open, and then they were like, "Jamie Rotman, get back out there." And I just went, "Oh."
I don't know if it was the same in your school, because your school was up the road. Like, all the teachers are banging each other.
Well, I knew of one. I didn't know of any else.
Yeah, they're all banging each other. I remember leaving school and working in a petrol station, and the gym teacher and the music teacher came in, and they were like, hee hee hee, like giggling and tickling each other as they went into the petrol station. I'm just standing there with a fucking smile like the Joker. And they just went up to pay for their fuel, and I'm like, "You're right." And fucking, I can't remember his name, but his like face went like white. And I'm like, "What are you two up to then?"
Dirty bastard.
Yeah. But
it's always the PE teachers, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's always the PE teachers.
The sporty ones. She was a bit funny looking as well, that music teacher. I can't remember her name. But yeah, no, we fucking tormented our fucking
my form tutor, which was like where you went for registration and stuff like that. Yeah. She was probably the oldest, but she's probably dead now, which is terrible. But she was probably the oldest teacher in the world. Yeah, she must have been about 90 when I was in school. And she was a lovely woman, but she just wouldn't say nothing to you. So we used to just do whatever the fuck we wanted. So then we decided to take it upon ourselves to see what we could take out of the room without her saying something. So we took her speakers first from her computer. We took the speakers and left them in the corridor. Then some of us took some chairs out. Then the following week, some of us took tables out. We're just walking past her, like heaving the table out the fucking door, and she's not saying a fucking word to no one. And then I'm thinking, like, when I look back at it, I'm like, why the fuck was we doing stuff? Like, who come up with that?
Oh, mate.
Probably me.
We had this substitute teacher. It was an African bloke. Nicest fucking bloke. Like, everyone wanted him as you beg your teacher to be off sick. So you got this. He used to keep like packets of like Cadbury's chocolate fingers.
Oh really?
And he used to come into the class and like you wouldn't learn. You know, I mean, he wouldn't teach you anything, and he would just sit there and just hand out chocolate fingers and that. But like, if you were being a dickhead, he'd be like, "Why do you do this? Why do you do this?" And we were like, "What?" And he's like, "I come and teach your class, and why do you do this? You mess about." And we just like cracking up. And oh mate, I fucking missed. But I found out a few years after I left that he passed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely gutted, man. He was a fucking brilliant substitute teacher. And it's always the ones that don't teach you anything that are the best.
Yeah. Yeah, you always used to have the better teachers that you just do nothing in their class, but
Yeah, full on, man.
it used to always be calmer, I found. My science teacher, one year, she was the substitute teacher at first,
Mm-hmm.
and she was trying to teach my science class, which was like the third of the top classes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was physically sitting there crying, innit?
Fucking hell.
While we were all just absolutely going mental, playing stuff on our phones, videoing each other fighting, doing all kinds of stuff in the room. We were turning the Bunsen burner gas on and just leaving it on.
Oh man, I fucking love Bunsen burners. I was thinking about it the other day. Yeah, let's see what I mean. Like, why would you continue? I'll be like that.
And she was sitting there just head in hands, screaming, crying. I just remember looking at her thinking, what a pussy.
And now you think
she's having a mental breakdown. She probably went to fucking therapy after that.
I remember I used to fucking hate drama. I absolutely hate it. But I always remember we had this drama teacher. She was like an alcoholic, and she got fired because she was showing her vagina to like some of the kids. And obviously it was the popular kids, wasn't it? And I just thought myself, fucking lucky bastards. To be that age is some cougars showing their vagina to you. Bastards. I can't remember her name, but yeah, she was a mess.
Technically it's paedophilia, Dan.
Yeah, but not on my side. That's her to deal with. That's not for me to deal with.
Oh,
right,
dear.
so yeah, look into night classes, and you know what I mean, just make sure that you're both on the same page, especially with her being pregnant. You know, you got, like I said, you're doing the best thing by trying to earn more money and sort of things for your family, but you got to make sure that you're both doing the right thing.
Yeah. And get your missus involved with it as well, so she's knowing where you're at.
Yeah.
Because if you're taking all that stress on yourself, then it's not going to bode well for you anyway in the future.
Especially because like working and doing college, man, it's a lot to do, and then obviously you've got the baby coming. So
you're going to be a very busy man.
Yeah. But man, keep at it. You know what I mean? Do the best for your family and keep going. Hopefully we'll hear from you in like a little while, and you're on the course, and you give us an update, see how things going.
Yeah, definitely.
But he also says he's got a 16-year anniversary coming up, and it says, "Do you know what I could do to make a rather uncomfortable whale, her own words, happy?" So this is a difficult one because obviously we have no kids, and I'm currently not in a long-term. Well, I don't know what I mean. So I thought if me and Jamie thought what we would do for our partners, and then you could sort of get your own ideas. And what did you come up with, Jamie?
I think because obviously she's pregnant, if you do like a couple of nights stay in like a nice spa hotel, she can go and get like a facial or go like swimming. I know they're not allowed in hot tubs and stuff like that, or steam rooms, but she could do like the spa treatments.
Yeah, like
get a pedicure,
towel on your face thing. I've never been. I've never been to a spa.
A facial's a lot more involved than I thought. I had one.
Oh yeah, you said about the one you weren't trying to breathe, trying not to breathe.
My experience would be a lot different, but something that's just like a little bit of fuss for her, and then find like a nice restaurant nearby and do like the full hog, and then see if she's happy with that. Then she'll be happy with that, and maybe buy some nice jewellery or something as well.
I think the spa thing's a good idea, especially if she's calling herself a whale, making herself feel like pampered. It's never a bad thing.
Exactly. If she's feeling uncomfortable, then anything to like ease her would be better than that.
Aye. Oh yeah, for sure. See, I cheated, and I got some advice, and she says not to, but you know who I got advice from. But we were saying, like, because obviously she's pregnant as well, she might just want, you know, a relaxing day. So, like, if I was with someone, and hopefully they'd be on the same page as me, like, cooking them a meal, like, giving them a bath, and then, like, watching, like, your favourite movie, and just having a proper sort of, like, chill-out day, where she doesn't have to do anything, and obviously rumpy-pumpy in the evening.
Induce the birth.
Yeah. But she can't have any alcohol, but you can.
Well, I've come up with an agreement with Charlotte that if when Charlotte gets pregnant, I'm gonna not drink for the 9 months.
Oh, because she can't as well?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Can you imagine me 9 months with no drink?
Yeah, because I'll be drinking. I'm still fucking drinking on this podcast. I don't give a fuck. You can watch me drink. You can drink. You'll be having Coke and you'll be like putting stuff in there.
I'll be roofing myself just so I can feel a buzz.
Fucking hell. You'll be buying non-alcoholic beers just to have the taste.
I can't stand on non-alcoholic beers, man. They do my fucking head in.
It reminds me of the Wolf of Wall Street when he's like, you should try these non-alcoholic beers, and he's like, oh, what are they like? Are they what percentage are they? He goes, no, they're not non-alcoholic. He's like, but it's a beer. Yeah, but there's no alcohol in it. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. You want me to get beers? I can get you some beers.
And he's like, how many of them does it take to get fucked up?
Fucking love Jonah Hill. So yeah, like it depends on money. I think my version was more as well, because I have a lot of anxiety as well. Mine was more sort of like you're staying in, making it romantic. Yeah, I mean, movie, dinner, and then yours is more of a weekend away, a bit more splashing. You know what I mean? So it depends on what she likes, man.
Yeah, it depends on your relationship as well. Like, I know Charlotte would like a fuss in that way, but she knows that I would want to stay in the house. So she thinks that I can see it coming across from me that if I was to do what you said, Charlotte will think that I'm just doing what I want to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like, I hope that when I meet the future Mrs. Say, or Miss Say, whatever it is, she thinks along the same lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
definitely.
You know what I mean? I've never been to a spa. I think it freaks me out to think people rubbing their hands on me and what do you do about boners? Did we speak about this?
We didn't speak about boners, no.
That's my biggest fear.
I wouldn't even, like, it was actually when I had my treatment in Crete, it was actually cheaper for me because I had a voucher. It was cheaper for me to get a full body massage rather than a facial, and the woman was trying to talk me into getting the full body, and I was like, no, ain't happening.
No. Boner. I mean? That's what happens. Is a boner. Doesn't matter who it is. It's a boner.
Be in the dark.
Yeah.
With this little weird, like, Cretian woman. It was weird as fuck. Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't like to go again, but
I don't know, because I've just started going on sunbeds and I'm quite enjoying that. So maybe I'm thinking to myself, the next step is a spa. You never know.
You might enjoy it.
Yeah. I will definitely get a boner, but yeah, I might enjoy it. So thanks, Mark. We appreciate you emailing in. Hopefully you keep listening and go for it, man. Get out there, get them bucks, and hopefully you have an easy pregnancy, and your missus goes in, it pops out, and everyone's happy. You don't want 12 hours,
like a 48-hour birth.
But let us know you have a boy or a girl. Keep us updated. I'm sure the listeners will want to know.
If it is a boy, I wouldn't be against you calling it Jamie.
That's my line, man. Whoa, fucking hell. Right, so next we have a Dan. Oh yeah, it's about time.
Another Dan.
Yeah, we've got a Dan messaged in.
Is that the first Dan?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's our first Dan, yeah. Apart from me that turns up every week. And so he has a question he feels are slightly embarrassing, but we've been down this road before, and I just think it's funny. So he wants to keep his name anonymous, but only his surname, so it's fine. So he says, I just started a new job around 10 weeks ago. I enjoy the place and I enjoy the workforce banter. Well, there's going to be a bit more of that now. But they refer to me as David or Dave, but my name is Daniel or Danny. I have not corrected anyone as I found it awkward as their English is better than me. Have I left it too long? My boss calls me Dan at meetings, but no one pays attention. Should I just change my name to David? Thanks very much. So I emailed him back and I told him about we worked with a gentleman named Jonathan. And I didn't know that was his name because when I started, everyone called him Dave.
Yeah.
And it must have been about 4 or 5 months. I turned to him and I was like, is your name actually Dave? They made him a name tag. And he goes,
yeah,
nah.
I remember, yeah.
He's like, nah, it's Jonathan. And I'm like, all right. I still called him Dave. That's what I get better.
It's a common thing, isn't it? It is a common thing. But it didn't go as long as many weeks as that. But when one of the new guys started in my place, we had a Brazilian team leader at the time who never really could call you by your real name. He was like always calling you something else, yeah. And he introduced this guy as Gavin, yeah. So they were all calling him Gavin for a whole day. The guy that was training him was calling him Gavin. His name is Kevin, isn't it?
That's close, isn't it? Sounds the same. Kevin.
And Kevin was debating whether to say anything to anyone as well.
I think when English isn't your first language, I am terrible with names. Like,
yeah.
I call people by their job. So the air guy that works behind me, his name is Alia, but it just I feel like I'm not saying it right, so I just call him the air guy. And then I called him Radic, but I heard the other day that someone called him Rado, and I'm like, oh, I've been saying that wrong as well. So it's not too late because obviously your English isn't great, so it's understandable. Someone might have heard it wrong, but also working within a factory, which I'm assuming that's where you're working within, it's funny. So even if you correct them, they're probably still going to call you Dave.
Anyway, I would say almost 100%. Your name's going to be Dave there for the rest of your life, but just correct them. And then it'll be a joke for a little while, and then all of a sudden, it'll be all forgotten about.
Yeah. But the main thing is your line manager knows your real name, so it means you're still going to get paid, so that's fine. I mean, 'cause that's the worst thing is when your manager doesn't know your name.
It happens a lot. Like, there's so many people in work that I don't know what their real names is. Like, I used to work quite closely with a guy that everyone else called Klaus. And his name's Nathan, isn't it? But no one... I only knew that because I was so close with him, but those people only know him as Klaus.
Well, isn't that Rabbit guy? Didn't you say you got his name wrong or something? Was it Rabbit?
Yeah, Rabbit. Well, Rabbit, I wasn't sure. Did I talk about this?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure whether
to call him Rabbit or something.
Yeah, because I didn't know whether he knew that people was calling him it.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
But yeah, just go with it.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
It's not. I mean, Dave is close enough, isn't it? It makes me laugh. My middle name is David, so I'm both. It doesn't really work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Badly, don't it?
To avoid any confusion, I just call everyone or mate. I like, all right, mate,
fella.
How you doing, mate? Then I don't have to say any names.
Yeah, or you. Yeah, no, I'm terrible with names. Absolutely terrible. I said to the guy I give a lift to, I'm like, if I don't know their name, like you said, I call them fella or like mate, and he goes, "You call me that too? Do you not know my name?" And I'm like, "Sometimes I forget." So yeah, do it. I mean, it's not a massive deal. It's not embarrassing. I mean, people do it all the time. It happens, especially where I work as well. Like you work, is it noisy where you work?
No.
Oh, okay, mine's really noisy, so you never get anyone's name. Yeah, I mean, and I'm pretty sure all the Filipinos
only thing that would be embarrassing for me if I was you, is if you're answering the radio to that name.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
If they go, Dave, over the radio, and you're answering, then you're your own worst enemy.
Yeah, you go in the next day and be like, this is just an announcement for anyone that has a radio. My name is actually Daniel, so could you please not call me David? Sorry for any inconvenience. Have a good day.
Oh, mate.
Oh, speaking of radios, our boss, who's leaving, is a big fat bastard. He actually answers his radio like he's a proper. He goes like over and out, copy, and he like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does all the fucking.
Like he's a fucking air coordinator for the fucking Air Force. Or
yeah, copy
dickhead.
that, Scott. Yeah, copy that. Fucking dickhead. It'd be better if he was doing like a trucker.
What a donut.
Yeah. But yeah. As always, let us know what you decide to do. We always like hearing what the conclusion is, but just enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's less embarrassing if you laugh at it as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you kind of play it off as a joke, then they can't use it against you, really.
Well, it's not. You can't really use it against them anyway, can you? I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but he's worried about it. That's what I'm saying.
But like I said, they're gonna give it to you anyway. Brilliant.
It happened to me. I was on. I don't know. Did I tell you this before? When I was on a previous Portugal trip with Charlotte's parents, we met up with Charlotte's parents' friends for one night.
Mm-hmm.
They were like out because they have a villa out there as well, and we were out there in like some fucking fish restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise that for the entire night, because I was drunk and stuff, they were calling me Ricky for the whole night, but I had no idea. And then like we met up for a barbecue later in the week, and they was like, "Why don't you tell us your name was Jamie?" And I was like, "What?" They was like, "We were calling you Ricky for the entire evening." And I was answering to it and everything.
Yeah, I can imagine you were.
But I was so drunk. I was in an Irish bar. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Fucking hell. I had that when I was a paper boy. I got someone fired and took over their paper round. And I used to deliver papers near your house, like your mum's house. And there was a woman there that called me the wrong name. And I just let her get on with it. She even gave me a Christmas card that had someone else's name in it. She's an old lady. I only saw her once a week. It's alright. Happens. Right. So. Sorry, I just got to check whether it said... Oh yeah, please keep anonymous. See, that's why I always check. Because I was going to say it out.
Just call him Dave.
That's true. So we've got another day. It doesn't even matter what his name is. He knows what his name is. Right. So he says, I've been with my partner for 3 years now, and she recently moved in 6 months ago. I get along with the in-laws and really enjoy their time, but her brother comes over twice a month, and he always stays even though he only lives an hour away.
Which is outrageous.
Sorry, beer. At first it was okay because I didn't realise his distaste for me. Sorry, that took a look at me to say that word. When she is not about, all he does is give me attitude and preaches on his latest way of life, Scientology. We didn't speak about Scientology in our conspiracy theories because that's what it is. Anyway, which he is 8 weeks into, but is totally enlightened by it. If he's into Scientology, his reason he's not going home is because he can't fucking afford it.
Yeah.
Because don't they have to give all
He's
their
handed
money
all
over?
their money over to them.
Yeah. Fucking bastards. In my mind, he's a crackpot, freeloading, spoilt piece of shit. I love my girlfriend and I don't want him to drive a wedge in our relationship. We have talked about him no longer staying every time he comes over, but I don't see his attitude towards me getting any better. What do you think is the best course of action in my position, short of killing him and dropping him a lock? Lock. This guy wants to know, I live in Scotland. I stay in Fife, which is just above Edinburgh, just over the bridge. Just for his information. You know what I mean? Don't turn off my door. And yeah, there is quite a lot of locks, so that could be an option.
I certainly would. I'd throw him in the lock, the little fucker.
Well, it doesn't matter because in a few weeks he'll be in their fucking camps, won't he? Their fucking Scientology cult camps. What an arsehole, man. What, oh no, you can't really talk about your... Gizmo, fuck off. You can't really talk about your in-laws, can you?
No. I have a reasonably good relationship with my in-laws, but with previous girlfriends and stuff, I have had like their siblings that I've not got on with, and obviously it's different when the person's coming to your house. It'd be even more so, really. There's been times where I've told the brother of my girlfriend to fuck off and just don't get involved with me at all, or I'll totally blank them and just make them feel small. Do you know what I mean?
It depends.
This guy is taking liberties.
Why is he coming over? Is he coming over to see her? Because you don't have to be there for that. If he's not going
you don't have to be there for that.
Yeah.
He's taking liberties that he's an hour away and he's fucking staying the night every time.
Yeah.
As well.
Is he drinking? Because if he's not drinking, mate, you can drive off home. You ain't staying here.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about the drinking.
No room in the inn.
And he's taking the full blown piss. If he turns up at your house and gives you attitude and it's your domain,
yeah,
I'd be like, mate, you ain't coming in.
Lay the law down. I love talking to people with Scientology because it's such a crackpot fucking. They're the ones that are like an alien's left its dead corpse or something in your body or something. And is that them?
Yeah. So Scientologists believe that you're a soul, and the body is just a vessel for your soul, and that you're gonna go and live with the aliens once you're through your like Earth days, fucking doing whatever. It's a load of shit.
Yeah,
and then
but it's written like a book.
It's been made up by this guy called like something Hubbard. I can't remember what his first name is. And this geezer was the biggest science fiction writer.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
like in history, like he's got thousands of science fiction books.
I thought you were making up Hubbard. Ron Hubbard.
It's like L.J. Hubbard or something.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah, he was a complete crackpot. He pretended that he was in the army where he wasn't in the army. There was all kinds of crazy shit that he was doing. He made up the entire story, obviously. But I don't know why people followed him in the first place when he was a science fiction writer. Then all of a sudden he writes a fucking Bible of Scientology. What the fuck?
It's worse than fucking Mormons. The guy found the book in the woods, in the ground, and he dug it up. Apparently, the three basic principles of Scientology: human beings are immortal, that a person's life experience transcends a single lifetime, and that human beings possess infinite capabilities. That's pretty vague, except the immortality thing, because obviously that's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen the Louis Theroux documentary on Scientology?
No, but I've seen the South Park episode.
Basically, he's doing a documentary, and then Scientologists, if you leave Scientology, like the woman from Kings of Queens grew up in Scientology, her wife. She left because they started coming after her. They made her go to Florida for 3 months and was putting her through the ringer because she wrote a report on Tom Cruise being out of control.
Oh, he was like the top daddy, wasn't he?
Yeah, like one of the top guys.
Yeah.
And then so she left, and they make her life hell, innit? Like they follow her around, they stand in the corner screaming at her. As she walks down like the road, they will follow her down the road every day and all this stuff. Even to this day, they're still doing it to her. And they were doing that to Louis Theroux. They were making a documentary about Louis Theroux, making a documentary about them, innit? It's definitely worth a watch anyway, to see how crackpot they are.
When women give birth in Scientology, they're not allowed to make a sound, are they?
I don't know.
Because I remember, Tom Cruise, obviously, I was saying Tom Cruise, his wife had to do it, and she had to give birth like naturally, and she wasn't allowed to make any sound.
How the fuck do you do that?
It's mental, isn't it? That little fucking midget looming over you. It's just turned into a Scientology bashing.
Yeah, if your brother-in-law is in love with Scientology and all this shit, then he's obviously not right in the head anyway, is he? So
no, they get you in and they get you to hold the metal things, don't they? Yeah, and then it just basically goes like that, like whack back and forth, and then like your toxins are very high. Give us £100 and we'll sort them out for you.
And that's why Tom Cruise is like one of the top guys in the fucking...
Yeah, because he can pay for it.
Because he pays for it, yeah.
Like I've got their view on toxins and purification. The purification rundown is a controversial detoxification program used by the church as an introductory service. It features high-dose dietary supplements and extended time in a sauna up to 5 hours a day for 5 weeks. The church claims it is the only effective way of dealing with the long-term effects of drug abuse and toxic exposure.
That's another thing as well. When I was listening to that podcast about the woman from Kings of Queens, I can't remember what her name is now. She said that they have to go every day, innit?
To the church?
Hmm.
That's mental.
Every single day they have to go, and they're not allowed to drink within 24 hours of going to the church. So you're not allowed to drink at all. And if you miss like a day, say if you go on holiday, if you miss them days, you've got to make them hours up.
Fucking hell, it's like a fucking job. There's so much on their Wikipedia thing that I can't even... It all just seems funny. Oh look, Hubbard in Hiding Death and Aftermath. Reactivated mind, traumatic memories, emotional tone scale and survival. That sounds interesting. What's that? Scientology uses an emotional classification system called the tone scale. The tone scale is a tool used in auditing. Scientologists maintain that knowing a person's place on the scale makes it easier to predict his or her actions and assists it better in his or her condition. Oh, that's that thing they must be holding when they go in. That metal thing. Fucking ridiculous. I'll just get you to hold a can of beer, Jamie, and then I'll tell you about how much money you have to send me.
What I don't get with it, it's like with any cult. Like they must prey on like really vulnerable people, because who the fuck and then like they trap your entire family in it, and then you don't leave because you don't want to leave your family.
Yeah.
Just like, who is... I would never be talked into being in a cult.
That's what they said to Tom Cruise, didn't they? When he was like, "Oh, I don't want to be in it anymore," and they were like, "Well, you can't see your daughter then." Is it daughter, son, whatever? And he's like, "What?" So yeah, I don't know if he's actually still in it.
I think he is, yeah.
Because she wouldn't see him. Is Tom Cruise still a crackpot?
I know John Travolta he's got some kind of status in the church where he's allowed to kill anyone and they have to sort it out for him.
Cruise is an outspoken advocate for the Church of Scientology, which he credits with helping him overcome dyslexia. Does anyone think that sentence is as weird as it sounded?
What a hard life he's had if he's had to get over dyslexia, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, I know what I mean. One of probably the richest fucking actors in the world. Oh my god, dyslexia. Fucking prick. Midget.
Fucking dickhead. I know. I've watched they did like the award ceremony where they gave him like a huge gold medal in it or something.
What, that he paid for?
Probably. He probably paid for the entire event. Because he's best friends with David McFakish or something. McFav.
I keep going, Jamie. That's funny. It's like you're stuck in a loop.
It was like in Westworld when the fucking robots start fucking ticking over, innit? I can't know, whoever the leader is of fucking Scientology, yeah. He's like best friends with him. David McFakish. I can't say. It's not Fakish.
David, grab his package.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look now. Hang on.
This is what I mean.
Looks
Like,
cabbage.
if he's so into Scientology, the easiest way to get him out of his house is just take the piss. And I'm telling you, if you're Scottish, man, that'd be easy, man. Just rip into that guy, make it so it's sort of sit down, tear him a fucking new one.
David McScav.
You still can't say it.
David. David Mc. David.
Give it.
David Miscavige. That's it.
I'm going to have to put the name up on the screen so people can see it for themselves.
Yeah, but yeah, going back to the question, don't let him take the piss in your house.
No.
It's your house. He's a guest. At the end of the day, if he's giving you attitude, take him aside when your missus ain't about and threaten him.
In a very Scottish way.
He's like, if you carry on, I'm going to lock you in the fucking like downstairs toilet or something and leave you, or go on holiday and let you starve in there or something.
I think he says about, I love my girlfriend. I mean, it's the same with like, you can't pick family, right? Like, loving your girlfriend doesn't affect you having a friendship with her brother or whatever. Yeah, I mean?
No, exactly.
So, and if you spoke to her about it, she obviously knows. So, yeah, just say to her, look, if he fucking speaks to me like that again, I'm going to have to put him in his place.
Everyone's got people in the family that they don't like.
Yeah.
And it's just about dealing with them. There's a few people in my extended family that I wouldn't want around my mum's house if I'm there or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But, you just deal with it and just...
Yeah.
But they know, because I'm pretty... my advice would be pretty bad on this one, is I wouldn't take any shit off anyone. If they were giving me shit in my house, that'd be it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially if it's your house. You know what I mean? You come home to relax and whatever, and he's sitting there giving you fucking bullshit. Nah, not in your own fucking house. Do it somewhere else, mate.
Kieran had a ex-girlfriend that accused my dad of being racist. My dad's like the most mellow little Scottish man ever, yeah. And she was accusing him in my living room. And I just remember getting up and like, right, everyone's out, everyone's leaving, when she started trying to start a row with my dad in it.
Fucking
I was
hell.
like, I'm not listening to it.
No.
Then after that, they split up not long after that.
Yeah,
like,
because
this
I can
fucking
imagine
dickhead.
Kieran stuck up for your dad.
Yeah, he must have. Well, I'd hope he would.
Yeah. I can imagine so. Yeah, no, I quite enjoy the argument with Son, so I would just fucking play it. But yeah, like I said, it's your fucking house, man. Don't let him fucking come in and Scientology bollocks. Say to him, oh, do you want to get yourself a taxi home? Oh, you can't afford it? Oh, you'd have to walk then, wouldn't you? You fucking prick.
I'd just be like, can you just come help me out at the front door here? And then just like, oh, just out there. And then as he steps out, close the door, slam it on his fucking face.
But like I said, like if he's coming round to see her, which obviously he is, he's not coming to see you. Just say to her like, look, I'm gonna pop out for a few hours, and I'd like it if he's not there when I come back. He still gets to see her. You're taking yourself out of the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's the liberties that he's taking. He's staying the night and stuff like that.
Nah.
Which
Nip
you
that
don't. You
right in the
wouldn't
bud.
mind someone staying the night if like you get along.
Yeah, but if it's like a party as well, like if it's a party and stuff like that, just let him crash. And
Twice having someone around your house twice a month is. I don't know about you, but that's a bit much for me.
Yeah, that
I
is,
just wouldn't. I don't want people staying in my house that much.
No. I can imagine him visit him, but now get the fuck out.
Well, I know. Well, you know, I've got a few mates that completely outstay their fucking welcome, and then like when you've outstayed your welcome in my house, I'll make it very obvious to you.
Yeah.
I do not want you in the house anymore.
I normally just start falling asleep and just like going for it. They're just like sitting there on their fucking own.
At one time, with one of my mates, who you do know, I actually physically went and had a bath.
Left him.
I said, right, I'm going for a bath, and I was thinking, this has got to be a fucking hint to like fuck off out of the flat when I was living in the flat. And I got out of the bath, and he's still sitting on my sofa. I was thinking, you fucking.
See, I'm lucky. I don't know many people in Scotland, so I just like, just being the fucking cat. I'm quite happy that way.
I just like old people make me laugh. Like we went round and saw Charlotte's grandmother the day after we got back from Portugal, and she was like, we had a good old chat. We're sitting there for 2-3 hours, and then when she's had enough, she can get away with just saying, "Right, I've had enough now. If you want to go."
It's the best way to be, isn't it?
Yeah, and my granddad used to do that to us as well. He'd be like, "Right, get in the car then. That's it, you're done." And with my granddad, we've only just got here. He was like, "Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to bed."
Fair play to him. My mind's flatlined. I don't know if you can tell that in my face.
My mind's telling me no,
Yeah.
but my body's telling me yeah.
We haven't really given much advice in this one because it just feels like we're like telling you to beat the fuck out of him.
Try and be as amicable as possible, obviously, to try and like save your missus's
Relationship.
feelings. But sometimes dickheads just need to be put in their place. And as soon as I read that email, I texted Dan and I said, "This guy's taking the full-on piss out of you."
He could be
that's what I
testing
think
the
he is.
boundaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because she's only been in there 6 months, so he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna see how long." Some people are like, "Oh, we want to see how much I can push you until you snap."
Yeah.
And you wig out, you know what I mean? And then he'd be like, "Oh, he's not good enough for fuck this and fuck that." But they've been together 3 years. You know what I mean?
And obviously it hadn't been an issue before that, probably because he didn't spend much time around this person.
Yeah. But, you know what I mean? He's actively got to choose to go over there. You know what I mean? Some people just like to be in awkward situations, don't they?
The thing is, if he might just be like one of these like little spoilt brats that doesn't even he's not even thinking about you and upsetting you, but he's making you feel awkward in your own home. But his attitude is he's seeing his sister, and you're just something that's in the way.
Yeah, you make him sound like a gay best friend now.
I just think he's taking the absolute piss. This guy, I couldn't believe it when I read it. To be honest.
Yeah, it is a bit of a crazy fucking, especially for the Scientology thing. 8 weeks as well. 8 weeks is the sweet spot, isn't it? Like they're full in deep by 8 weeks, and that's all they want to fucking talk about. They want everyone else to do the same fucking thing and join in.
And it's just like 8 weeks. I've known people that have fucking done a lot less than 8 weeks and not even said nothing to you. Do you know what I mean? It's just in 2 weeks' time, you'll probably be out of it and you'll probably be signed up to some other bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
But I mean, I'm pretty sure the only Scientology place is in Edinburgh, so you would have to have gone all the way there to fucking.
Well, maybe he does it because he did say this. It's from Scotland, didn't they?
Well, he said Lock.
So yeah, I assumed.
Yeah. It's hard to get away from the just taking him out and like paddling him. If you got a group of friends, you could what's that? Full Metal Jacket him, hold him down, and then like beat him with socks full of soap. They put soap in socks, don't they?
What you could do is get engaged to your missus, take him on your stag do, and elaborately kill him on your stag do.
Oh,
and
I
then,
thought you were going to say get him drunk, strip him naked, and tie him somewhere and leave him.
Well, you could do that, yeah. Just make sure it's fatal so they don't come back.
It's like a Hangover thing. Have you seen him? No, I haven't seen him.
About who?
Could have been anywhere. Oh, I'm so hungover. Who are you talking about?
Oh, Jesus. Or take him to Portugal, where that fucking Rottweiler is, and let him out of the car.
So I was on my phone the other day, and I saw a thing, because you know what, we were talking about how Spain are making it so all-inclusive doesn't mean all-inclusive now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're now gone a step further, and it says Spanish authorities may want to see the visitors from abroad can fund their trips at a rate of £85 per day. The financial requirements may go even further, meaning tourists may have to at least £900 in funds alongside a return ticket as proof of accommodation. So they're basically, you're going to get there and they're going to be like, how much money have you got on you?
What the fuck are they talking about?
They want to make sure that you can spend money, basically. They want to make sure you can spend money while you're here. So they want to make sure that you've got £85 a day. So if you're there for like 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Or 1 week or 2 weeks, they want to make sure you can pay for everything. And then they even go further to want to know your return ticket and stuff like that. I'm here on holiday.
You can't ask people how much money they got.
Yeah, I know. Show us your bank account. How are you going to prove it? You're going to make them take out the money from their fucking pocket.
That's fucking bad, man.
Yeah, so not only are you not getting as much alcohol and food as you... Well, alcohol as you want, because all-inclusives are more expensive anyway, you've now got to take 600 fucking euros on holiday with you, just in case they ask you.
Is that an actual thing they're going to do? Is that actually
as far as I'm aware, yeah. It was put on the 25th of July.
Is that just Spain?
It says Spain.
Yeah, fuck Spain then. I'm not going back.
No, that's what people are saying.
Well, I would have that money anyway, but what is Pedro going to come up to me and go, "Oh mate, let me have a look in your wallet"? Fuck off, Pedro.
Yeah. The security's not going to let you in. You're like, well, you're going to pay my fucking flight home. Yeah, but that's the point. If you go in inclusive, you don't need to take money with you, because where are you going to go? You're just going to sit by the pool.
Who the fuck goes to Spain without a return flight anyway?
Well, there's that, yeah. Who wants to fucking stay there? But I'm not going to take £600 of fucking Spain.
No.
You know what I mean?
The whole point of all-inclusive is you don't spend too much money when you're in the hotel.
Who spends £85 a day in Spain?
You could easily do it if you were paying for meals every day.
Yeah, if you weren't going all-inclusive and stuff like that. Yeah. But I wouldn't. I'd be trying to spend as little as possible on a fucking holiday. You know what I mean? I just thought that was mental. What's next?
£85 worth of ice cream a day.
That's the only alternative, isn't it? They're going to be like, you're going to need to spend £85. Like, we want to see receipts of you spending £85. It's because their economy's so fucking shit.
Yeah. When I was in Malaga in March, I think I brought it was a 2-3 day trip with the lads. I think I brought €400. I spent 120 and brought back the rest.
Yeah.
And that was 100% on alcohol, and then I paid for a burger once, and that was it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they said to me, "Oh, you need £85 a day," it just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was drinking all day and I only spent that much money.
See, when you if you go to like Canada and stuff like that, they have a similar thing, but they don't ask to see or anything. They just, because Canada's quite expensive. So like when you first go, you have to go for like immigration, and they say like, "Oh, do you know that Canada's one of the most expensive, blah, blah, blah. And if you see that, they'd be like, oh, how much have you brought with you, or how much do you expect to spend in your stay here? Just to make sure that you're not going to end up knackered and...
Like a bum on the street.
Yeah. Just to make sure that you've covered yourself, to make you aware. Not like that. That seems really intrusive. Like, this is how much you need per day. If you're coming here for 2 weeks, this is how much you need for 2 weeks. And, you know what I mean? What are you going to do if I turn up and haven't got that?
You're going through security and there's a geezer like checking your wallet.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Pull your wallet out, mate. Pull it out. Oh, thanks for that. It's a €5 tip. Yeah, I don't mind that.
I'll get so angry. By the time you're through the airports and everything anyway, you're done. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to speak to anyone. You just want to get to your hotel and chill out, yeah? And then there'll be some fella saying, let me just check how much money you bring with you. Fuck off.
I reckon they'll do it before you get on the plane. Because how are you going to stop them when they come? Like, it's not going to be a guy stopping you once you get off. I bet it'd be before. Like, they'll get the stewardesses and that to do it.
The thing is, like, flying this year, I've flown twice this year. 3 times this year, yeah? And it's possibly the worst time ever to fly. Like, the airports are understaffed. The EasyJet are understaffed. There's just not enough staff to cover all of the bases that they need to cover.
Yeah.
Like, the planes are under, like the food trays and stuff are not filled up how they should be. And they said at the beginning of every flight, we don't have everything that's on the menu, and that's purely down to the lack of staff being able to fill up the airplanes. And then they're going to add more jobs in when they ain't got enough people to cover the jobs they've got already.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense.
No.
Don't make no fucking sense to
I
me.
can imagine it not going ahead. Because everyone's going to be like... Because there's so many people that are saying, well, fuck them then. There's other places we can go. But it's all because of Brexit. Because we're now one of the most hated countries in the world because of it, aren't we? So, like, what's it going to... How many other countries are going to follow suit just to punish us?
I think Spain's always had a bit of a bee in its bonnet about us.
So is
anyway,
France. France were one of the biggest.
We go over there and... The English people show themselves up every fucking time, and you can see in the airports they've had enough of English people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't go back there. Like, there's so many other places you can go: Croatia, Turkey, Portugal. There's loads of other European countries that you can go to that have just as nice beaches and just as nice and just as cheap. And the flights are not much longer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I couldn't believe it when I fucking saw it. I was like, nah.
That's a good warning, Dan, because if I was fucking going to like Tenerife or something and they did that to me, I'd be like, nah, ain't having that.
Yeah, let me just skip all over to the ATM and I'll just, how much do you want me to take out? Oh yeah, that's no problem. I've got that. And oh yeah, fucking cunt.
I got charged 24 quid for having 2 kilos over on my fucking bag on the way out there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So if they tried to charge me 24 quid for fucking not having enough money on me, can you imagine they charge you for not having enough money on you? That's what probably happened.
It'd be like, I ain't got enough money and you want to take more money off me, right? We ain't going to solve, is it?
Well, that's £100 fine, sir, because you don't have enough money. Oh, thanks for that. We'll have even less money now, Pedro, you fucking cunt.
I mean, that's a fucking nice tip for you, isn't it, you fucking ball bag? Nah.
And what about all them people that go on holiday and they've like struggled all year, they've booked a holiday in, and they haven't really got enough money, but they're just going to stay in the hotel, in an all-inclusive hotel, and like relax by the pool and eat the food and drink that they've already paid for.
Yeah.
And then they're getting stopped at the airport because they have like less money than they should have in their bank account because they don't earn enough.
That's what I mean. Like, if I booked all inclusive, I wouldn't take nothing. I might take like €50 in case something fucks up. I need to get something, or like, yeah, I mean. But if I'm going all inclusive, I'm staying in that fucking hotel. I ain't going nowhere. I'm sitting by that pool.
And a lot of people do. Like, I do all inclusive a lot of the time, and a lot of people do not leave the hotel at all.
Has no one ever seen Benidorm?
Quite a lot. Huh?
Has no one seen Benidorm? The whole fucking show's filmed at the one hotel. They ain't leaving shit.
It is bad though. Like, if they went ahead with that, that would straight off. I'll be like, right, okay, Spain's done for me then.
Yeah.
I've done it enough times that I'm not going to miss anything.
I don't really travel anyway. It's just no off my back, but fucking hell. Like, the only place I go to is Canada.
For too long, humanity has existed within dysfunctional and polluted cities that ignore nature. Now, a revolution in civilization is taking place. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. And we are designing it to provide a healthier, more sustainable quality of life. The line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions. Residents have access to all their daily needs within 5-minute walk neighborhoods. And the line's infrastructure makes it possible to travel end to end in 20 minutes with no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world-leading architects, the line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade. Intelligent solutions create efficiency and year-round temperate microclimate with natural ventilation. Energy and water supplies are 100% renewable. The line is designed as a series of unique communities, offering a wealth of amenities, providing equitable views and immediate access to the surrounding nature. With 40% of the world accessible within 6 hours, at the heart of the globe's key trade routes, a place for commerce and communities to thrive like nothing on Earth seen before. The Line, the city that delivers new wonders for the world.
The new Saudi Arabian city that's been concept built as we speak. I think it's going to be. I think they give it 5 years or something to build the whole thing. And it's essentially like Divergent meets Snowpiercer. It's like they call it the Line.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge city where it's divvied into like blocks of like economical wealth by the looks of it as well.
Yeah.
Like it looks like there's going to be poor bits and thing bits. And it's like, how long is it? It's like 74 miles long or something.
I don't know. It said that you could get end to end in 20 minutes.
End to end in 20 minutes, and there's going to be enough room for 9 million people.
9 million, yeah. And no need for cars, so it's 0 carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Nah. Fuck off.
It looks all snazzy, but it's literally like one of them dystopian type films, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But you got like the fucking God knows how many feet tall mirrors. Not even one day, them things are dirty as fuck. Who's gonna fucking clean them?
That's true. And they're saying it will take up less physical footprint, because it's all condensed into this one area. And they're basically living in a skyscraper, like a long skyscraper.
Condensed.
But
no one likes to hear that word, condensed.
Exactly. Who wants to live like that?
Right now, I heard on the radio this morning, people are disgusted because we have no space for the Ukrainian refugees, that we put them on a cruise ship on the coast. It's not in the middle of the sea. It's docked. So they're right now on a cruise ship, and it's disgusting. How is it disgusting? You're on a cruise ship. Oh yeah, there's no entertainment or anything like that, but you're not in a war-torn country. You're in a fucking cruise ship with your own room.
Exactly.
And it's like disgusting, you know what I mean? But I don't see the difference. You know,
they've been taken away from the war. It's not disgusting if they're being looked after, is it?
Yeah. So you got like all this nice fancy yacht with all these people on it, and then you're gonna get this fucking long line of condensed boxes that you're gonna live in. You think if they're not going to accept a cruise ship, you think they're going to accept a fucking shipping container? That's what they are. The picture is shipping containers inside this fucking tube. Nah.
Fucking ridiculous.
And I ain't visiting that. Are you going to have any tourists? Where are you going to get your money from?
Exactly.
Where's the airport? You're going to land an airport on top of this fucking line? What are you going to do? How are you going to train the airline fucking pilots to land on this fucking...
They'll be blinded by the glare from the mirrors.
Can you see us? Yeah, I can't see anything else. I think that's you. Yeah, that's fine. Nah.
I'll put the video up on the socials when this episode comes out, so then they know what we're talking about.
Yeah, nah, I can't imagine it. Yeah, I mean, but if they want to build it, that's up to them. They've got enough money, haven't they?
They're already in an oppressive culture, and now they're just going to put the poor at the bottom and the rich at the top.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much what we're doing as well, but it is what it is, isn't it? The working class. There's some fucking poor schmuck on a fucking crane wiping the back of the mirrors. That's what he does. Fucking.
And he goes back to his basement layer at night and cries into his wife's dead body. God, I'm in a morbid mood today.
Fucking ridiculous.
Right, so on that note, we've gone a bit longer than we'll normally do, so we'll leave it there. If you want to send us any feedback, another thing, we got feedback from one of the people that we know, like a friend of me and Dan, to sort of like an idea for a new segment. So we'll probably be starting that segment next week as well.
Will we?
Yes.
It really spanks
yeah.
my
If you've got any ideas for the show, or
discussing.
If you've got any ideas for the show or any feedback for us, send it to twomennohope@gmail.com, and I'll pass it over to you, Dan.
We still haven't got a name for this section, and that's really
Names
bumming
aren't
me
our
out.
strong suit.
I was trying to think of one today, and I was thinking of the talented no-hopers, but then I was like, that's just contradicting itself, isn't it? You can't have talent and be a no-hope at the same time. Anyway, so we have a really good one this week, and they're a UK band, and they're called Undercover Pangolin. I don't know if I've said that wrong. My apologies. But I actually was like, that word doesn't sound made up. So I googled it, as I'm doing now. And a pangolin, sometimes known as a scaly anteater, are mammals of the other, like anteaters. They're like, they look like they're from bloody Game of Thrones. I'll put a picture up in the YouTube video so you can see it. But so that word's not made up, surprisingly enough. But they say they're a 5-piece band, alternative band from Norwich. They bring in liveliness and individuality to their music, a combination of many different influences from each of the members, allowing the band to freely experiment with elements of branching genres such as funk basslines, metal style drums, and pop vocals. They are an all-rounded band. Their sound's really good, and the singer's really good. And as soon as we heard it, I sent it to Jamie, and I was like, mate, we've got to put this in today's episode. So really hope you made it to this bit, and really hope you enjoy it. They have a Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify, which will always be on our socials, and we'll link them in descriptions, so you'll be able to find them. And the song is their new single they brought out called X, which is what we're playing for you. So this is Undercover Pangolin with X.